Went to the hospital, got all the meds, still nothing. She's actually getting worse. Got a re-diagnosis, and it seems she has malaria.
Today's adventure starts with evil villain number 42 getting on a bus in Iguaçu, Paraguay. I will follow her and we will end up crossing the border into Brazil in Foz do Iguaçu. Say that 10 times fast.
Okay, we're at the bus terminal and we just dropped off evil villain number 42. We literally dropped her off and she had to immediately jump on a bus. So today's ride is about an hour and 45 minutes or so to the Brazilian border. There we're going to go see some waterfalls, so it could be a very cool touristic day. Windy, so the ride is going to suck, but the good thing is it's short. We need gasoline, so I'm going to go get gasoline. And welcome to today's venture. Paraguay is full of farmland, especially up north where it's really nothing but flat. The people that do a lot of the farming are the Mennonites. And the Mennonites are very hardy, and what they do is they fix their own tools, and they'll buy a tractor and they'll make the tractor better. And they're very good at farming. And so a lot of the farmland is owned by the Mennonites and those Europeans that came over either to escape poverty or religious persecution or the war or whatever. I'm just very impressed with Paraguay. I can understand why a lot of Europeans come to live here. It makes sense. And the weather is phenomenal. It's a crappy windy day today though. There is like heavy winds coming from the north and it is windy today. You know, when this adventure started, I said that my biggest fear was going to be mechanical, you know, and that's turned out to be correct. I haven't run into a whole lot of weather problems at all. I've been very, very fortunate with weather, and today, another absolutely gorgeous, beautiful day. Oh, by the way, they say that the beef here is better than Argentina, but the Argentinians are better at marketing. And I had some beef yesterday at the airport. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. I mean, it was almost up there with, I would say it was up there with Kansas City and Texas. Because in the States, I think that's the best two places to grab beef is Kansas City or the state of Texas. Write a comment if you think I'm wrong. If you think there's better beef in the States than Kansas City or Texas, write me a comment, let me know. I don't think there is. I hate it when the toll booths do that to make the motorcycles like weave, because they always make it a little bit too small to do comfortably. I don't know. I guess it forces you to slow down though. As I'm driving down Paraguay, you literally cannot tell the difference outside of the license plates, and once in a while you see palm trees between this section of Paraguay and the United States. Okay, so signs are in Spanish. But as you drive, you see Christian churches, you see farmland, you see tractor supply companies, just like you would through the Midwest. It's almost exactly like the Midwest. Out of all the countries I've done in South America so far, if you wanted to choose one to live in that was the most like the US, it's definitely Paraguay. Hands down. It even looks like the US. Same trucks, same cars, except they have a truck here which I've wanted in the States, but you can't get it. It's called the Toyota Hilux. It's very fuel efficient. It's a Toyota, so it's going to run for, you know, ever and a day. But you can't get them in the United States because of some law that has to do with importing chickens. I know that sounds weird, but That's kind of why you can't get that truck in there. So, but look, is this not the Midwest? Like, look out there. Oh yeah, it's the Ohio Valley. Thumbs up to Paraguay. Well, we have picked up Evil Villain number 42 from the bus terminal. She's in the car, black car right in front of me. It just so happens that an Uber stopped just as I pulled to the terminal, and she was there. So we just hopped in that place, hopped in that car. She just hopped in that car. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. And this guy's going to take us to the border. So we're going to do a border crossing today into Brazil. And he also found us a hotel in Brazil as well. That looks fairly good. So we get to do the lovely 3-hour border crossing again. Hopefully this border crossing will be easy, like it was from Argentina to Paraguay, but we will see.
All right, so we're here at Immigration and Customs, Evil Villain 42. They didn't know how to stamp out the motorcycle. I had to teach them how to stamp out the motorcycle, so I'm not charged $200 a day for every day the motorcycle is in Paraguay over the time that's allotted. But we're heading to Brazil now. Are you ready for Brazil?
I'm ready for Brazil.
All right, we're gonna go see waterfalls.
Situated on the border of Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay, the Iguaçu River feeds the largest waterfall system in the world. The name itself means big water, and this is definitely not an overstatement. The complex, which covers 3 countries, is enormous in its size, and the sound can be heard from far away as you walk through the jungle, which finally reveals this amazing spectacle. The Guarani and Tupi believed it was made from a jealous god to cause a beautiful woman named Naipe to fall as she rowed her canoe down the river to meet her betrothed lover. In 1541, the Spanish recorded the beautiful falls, but it wasn't listed on the UNESCO World Heritage List until 2013. The steps of the falls course around 3 layers of basalt, and these divide the waters into many separate waterfalls which stretch to a 2.7 kilometer or 1.7 miles edge. The number of falls depends on the season and the rain which feeds the Iguaçu River. Anywhere from 150 to 300 waterfalls can be seen by the visitors here, and when we went, it was the low water season. The climax of the falls are known as the Garganta del Diablo, or the Devil's Throat. The Devil's Throat Canyon is 300 feet wide and 260 feet deep. The largest of these falls are named San Martin, Adam and Eva, Penani, and Bergano. I cannot quite describe how magnificent these waterfalls are. It is so huge, so overwhelming, so picturesque, so inspiring, and so sublime at the same time. I guess the words of Eleanor Roosevelt can sum it up to those who have visited the New York-Canadian border, because when she first saw Iguaçu, she lamented as she explained, "Poor Niagara." At its maximum, the amount of water that flows through the system is staggering. To give you a bit of comparison, the maximum flow of water recorded at Niagara Falls is 240,000 cubic feet a second. Victoria Falls can boast a little higher with a maximum of 450,000 cubic feet a second. But Iguaçu opens the floodgates wide, with an astonishing maximum flow of 1,610,000 cubic feet a second. Imagine that. That equates to 1,610,000 tons of water every single second.
So we're here in Iguaçu Falls. Iguaçu Falls is the largest waterfall system in the world. It's wider, no, it's taller. Yeah, it's taller than Niagara Falls and wider than Victoria Falls. So yeah, it's a lot of water falling. Now I shower often, so I'm used to seeing waterfall. However, maybe a little lacking hygiene, so maybe this is why you wanted to see it, because you're not used to seeing waterfall. But all right, so let's go check out more of this place, because this place is huge. Well, the waterfalls are kind of refreshing, and they're huge. This walk just goes on forever and ever, and you just keep seeing more and more. Kind of like a shower, though, huh?
Yeah,
Well, you would know.
I do know. Daily.
All right, more waterfalls. So this is what a shower is like. Just add soap and don't wear a raincoat.
I was prepared though. Shower cap.
Yeah, a full body shower cap.
Iguaçu Falls, baby.
So, Iguaçu Falls, someplace you definitely get wet.
Yeah, I took my shower for the day.
There's no iguanas here, though.
Iguaçu.
Oh, Iguaçu. Wow. If you're looking for iguanas, you will only see water.
It's true.
It is true. Everybody knows this. So, Iguaçu National Park, obviously named by someone who wanted equality in zoos or something like that. And I had a good day. This was actually a very cool thing to see, even though it was just kind of a giant natural shower thing. It was very beautiful. Huge, absolutely stunning vistas.
Yeah.
And you got wet a little bit by coming here, but it was good, especially for her, you know what I mean? So did you enjoy yourself?
I did.
Good.
Yeah, it was a great day.
All right, so where are we headed now?
I don't know.
All right, well, let's go find somewhere in Brazil that we can check out that's kind of cool.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll let you know where. You sure that sounds good? Because usually you're like, oh, tell me where we're going. And I'm like, welcome to my life. I have no idea where I'm going.
It's wherever the bus leads me.
Well, all right, so we'll figure out where the next stop is, but
We'll let you know.
Evil Villain number 42 had many other adventures she wanted to enjoy with me, but unfortunately and unexpectedly, this would be her last.
Well, I have to take 42 to the hospital because the evil villain has become ill. And not sure what's wrong with her, but she's been sick for almost 4 days now and just been laying in bed. So finally talked her into going to the hospital. So let's see what the doctor has to say. In the hospital. Taking blood. And finally the villain has a proper mask. The only way we can keep her silent. Well, Evil Villains number 42 is back from the hospital and in bed, and she's been in bed now for 4 straight days. She has a upper respiratory virus, so hopefully, secretly, I'm hoping she gets better because literally she's miserable, but it's actually good for me because it allows me time to get caught up on videos and do some work. So kind of stuck in a hotel for a little bit. Hopefully within the next couple days she'll be better and we can continue the trip. I think, however, she's gonna go home because she kind of needs rest and to get better, and the only way she can get better is probably at home. Here's to hoping she gets better. Well, small update. It's been 2 days and Evil Villain number 42 has not gotten better. She's actually gotten worse. Went to the hospital, got all the meds, still nothing. She's actually getting worse. Got a re-diagnosis, and it seems she has malaria. So, from the interwebs, I guess malaria is really bad, so it can kill you. So, but lucky for her, I went to the pharmacy and I got all the meds she needs, so I guess I'll save her life. So maybe she won't be so evil after all, and then I guess she would be the not so evil villain 42. Your name is getting too long, lady. Anyway, so I'm gonna feed her this stuff, and hopefully she'll be better so she can go back to the United States and finally find her hairspray.
It's for the little buggies in me. Oops. I can't even.
You have to put it in your mouth, lady.
I know.
Goes in the mouth. We could do it rectally if you want.
Coconut water for hydration.
In a pickle juice can.
You do what you can when you're in another country.
Well, the malaria-stricken evil villain number 42 is actually gotten worse. But she just started her first and second dose of the anti-malarial stuff. So to cheer her up, I went by the circus and I bought her some cotton candy. So I'm sure that is actually on the protocol for no malaria. So, but she's doing pretty bad. Very, very weak. Can't even get to the bathroom by herself. So say some prayers because it isn't looking good. And I'm hoping she gets better soon. Well, unfortunately, she's not dead. She survived. The nefarious evil villain number 42 survived. Very weak, very sick, but alive. So, unfortunately, the battle continues. Quick update. It's now, I don't know, 4 or 5 days later. I got sick. This one's finally getting healthier. I am not. I'm actually been in bed for a few days. But she's gonna head off to the States and I'm gonna stay here and try to recover or something. So anyway.
Early that morning, before the sun came up, evil villain number 42 would walk away and leave my adventure behind. Goodbye, nefarious one. I'll miss you. I'll continue on. It's just hard to superhero when you don't have an evil villain.
Well, it has been about 10 days since I've made the last video snippet. In the meantime, a lot has happened. First off, I got sick. I also got that virus, and I was in bed for the last 10 days with a fever. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't do anything. I lost a good 10 to 15 pounds. Today was the first day that I could do anything, and so I got out of bed and I made a toolbox that I can mount on the front forks of the motorcycle to try to move some weight from the rear end to the front end. And now that I look at it, it kind of looks like the carrier system for the vacuum tubes at the bank teller. Anyway, still a bit sick, about 50%. And there's a reason I have a light on my head. It's because I'm going to go mount it on the motorcycle now and it's dark outside. But I got to get out of here. I've been in bed too long and there's just too many places in Brazil to see. Evil Villain 42 is back in the States and she's gone to see the doctors. She's also on the mend, so that's good news. We're both recovering. And now, while I'm recovering, I might as well spend that time on the motorcycle and go find a place to fly. But in the meantime, I need to go mount the vacuum tube carrier system, aka toolbox, on the motorcycle. And before I forget, I have to introduce you to Sophia. Sophia is the woman who works at the front desk here at the hotel. Without her, I don't know what would have happened, but she made sure that I had food every day and made sure that I was okay, and a huge thanks to Sophia. So, obrigado.
For nada.
So we are finally leaving the city of Foz de Iguaçu, which I will affectionately known as the Plague Town. I have been here for 2 weeks, sick. But I'm healthy enough to drive. Not 100% on my strength. And by the way, the toolbox thing that I made, which seems to be working out okay, affects the steering of the front wheel more than I thought. And I had forgotten how heavy the Great Balance machine is. So giving it a test here. Hopefully I'll be able to keep it on the road without tipping over. For today's ride, we have 12 hours in front of us. Obviously not going to make it there today because it's past noon, but I wanted to push us to the beach because I want to fly. But there should be plenty of places to fly before then. Off to the adventure here.
I wouldn't make it to the beach, but where I did end up turned out to be so much better.